And we are back. I'm Myrna Taylor Ransom, and with me today, Dr. Adlene McElroy, and you're listening to the new WCEG network on WCEGTalkRadio.com. You can watch us live on YouTube, Smart TV, WCEG network, and you can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and on Instagram at WCEG Talk Radio and WCEG Network. You can also call in, Skype in, text us, let us know what your comments are, whatever questions you may have. You can voice your concerns about what we're talking about. And today, we're just happening to be talking about heart health. Mm-hmm. And we've been talking for the last hour, we talked about the risk of heart disease and how your lifestyle habits can affect your risk of heart disease. And we've been talking about those things that we can do to reduce our risk of heart disease. Mm-hmm. And we talked about those things that were positive, mm-hmm. and those things that we can do that help us, like exercise, mm-hmm. eating properly, mm-hmm. losing weight. Mm-hmm. Those things really help us to keep a healthy heart. Now, what we did not talk about is smoking and the impact that smoking has on our heart health. Dr. McElroy.
Mm-hmm. Because the heart has such a important responsibility to pump 100,000 beats per day. Wow. And to pass all of that blood throughout to every organ. Every organ system has to have blood flow. And it makes it much more difficult for the heart to pass on oxygenated fresh blood if you're smoking, because that decreases the amount of fresh oxygenated blood. We're robbing ourselves of fresh oxygenated blood by smoking.
Wow. And so many people smoke, and you don't realize that with every breath, you need to drink more water, because every breath you are putting out, that's breathing out air.
Correct. And fluids. As we breathe.
And your fluids. So you need to drink more water.
Well. Mm-hmm. That's true.
And please, if you're smoking, please stop smoking, mm-hmm. because that is the major thing you can do to help protect your heart and blood vessels is to stop smoking. Avoiding tobacco is one of the best ways to keep your heart healthy. Mm-hmm. And smoking is one of the top controllable risk factors for heart disease.
That's another thing we can control. There's so much we can't control. We can't control our race. We can't control our age. We can't control our genetics. Any congenital illnesses that are coming down the line at us, we can't control that. But we can control our diet. We can control our eating habits, and we can control whatever substances we put in our bodies that impacts the well functioning of the heart.
Okay, so now my research says if you smoke or use other tobacco products, I guess that would be snuff and chewing tobacco and
mm-hmm. the smokeless
e-cigarettes,
tobacco.
The smokeless tobacco.
Smokeless tobaccos.
The American Heart Association, the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute, and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, mm-hmm. All of those organizations encourage you to quit smoking and quit the use of tobacco products. It can make a huge difference to not just your heart, but in your overall health as well, including your dental work.
Correct. And all of those associations that you mentioned, the American Heart Association, the CDC and Prevention, they all heart and lung
blood.
That's right, the Lung Association, and your doctors, your healthcare providers. They're all engaged with all types of opportunities to decrease that urge for cigarettes and for using smokeless tobaccos and various other tobacco products.
Right. So if you smoke, please quit. Find a way to quit.
Yes.
Try to quit.
Yes.
And keep encouraged, because it is taking away oxygen flow mm-hmm. from your body if you smoke. And one of the leading causes of heart disease.
Yes.
Stop smoking, as they say, no ifs, ands, or buts.
That's right.
The BUTTS.
And now is the time.
Now is the time. Okay. Focus on the middle. And we're talking about the middle here, your body middle. Because excess fat and in the belly has been linked to higher blood pressure.
Yes,
and unhealthy blood lipid levels.
Yes.
So focus on the middle. If you have a big middle, and sometimes I fall prey to that because once I eat a whole lot, then I notice that my middle portion has increased.
Yes.
And that's something I have to guard against because that's an indication of heart problems.
That's right.
So you have to think about that. So focus on the middle. It's time to slim down.
It's time.
If you are heavier than normal, heavier than your blood body mass index says you should be, then you need to make sure that you control your weight and reduce your weight. Slim down. Focus on the middle. Eating fewer calories and exercising more can make a big difference.
Big difference.
Okay? What you should eat every day, the 10 foods you should eat every day. Vegetables, fruits.
Yes, we should eat approximately 9 vegetables and fruit per day. 9. Okay. Combining fruits and veggies and plugging in some grains such as nuts and some people prefer white rice. Some people prefer brown rice. I believe I prefer brown rice.
Or the yellow rice. Which one is more healthier?
I'm not sure about the yellow rice in particular. I believe the white rice has more starch, carbohydrates in it than does the brown rice. It's the grains are cut differently, and refined products are better as opposed to. Well, in rich products, we need those vitamins, but in moderation. I won't really stretch the matter concerning the different rices, but in moderation. If you're going to have a starch like rice or corn or potatoes,
which turns into sugar,
everything turns into sugar at some point in time. Okay. So when we digest it or ingest it is rather a better word. Everything turns into a sugar, so we have to be mindful of that. So eating some form of a starch, such as rice or potatoes or corn, watching the breads, because the breads will be just like eating another carbohydrate, because that's what it is. Okay. And so stick to the proteins, but not animal protein. Okay. Try and stick with the plant proteins. Plant-based proteins.
Okay. Now, I have a list here of things that people are encouraged to eat, and this is from nutritionists.
Okay.
And it says flax seeds. Flax seeds. Easy way to add a big dose of fiber into your diet.
Absolutely. And then flax comes in oils as well. You can put that in your juice or your tea.
And those are tiny little seeds, too.
Very tiny.
Beans, the magical fruit, the source of a good source of soluble fiber.
Yes.
Beans.
And adding beans to rice makes that meal now a complete protein.
And you can really incorporate beans into your diet in many ways. You can make a batch of chili.
Yes.
With kidney beans and serve them over a salad and things of that nature.
That's a very high fiber meal. That's very good. High protein, high fiber.
All right. Blueberries. If you're going to eat any fruit, make it blueberries. Blueberries are a better source of antioxidants than 40 other common fruits, such as strawberries and raspberries.
That's very good to know.
Blueberries will be a good antioxidant to add to your diet daily. Okay. Let's see what else we have. I like blueberries. I didn't like them at first, but I do like them now.
It's an acquired taste.
It's an acquired taste.
It's just, it is. Sometimes they can be kind of bitter. They're not very sweet most of the time.
Right.
They're easy to digest, It's a great antioxidant.
Yogurt. A single serving of yogurt will give you a significant amount of calcium for the day. So yogurt is good.
Yeah, just read the labels and watch for the sugar and content.
Especially yogurt with fruit in it, with blueberries in it. That would be good.
Yeah, some fresh blueberries.
Okay. Oats.
Yes, oatmeal.
If you're going to kick off your day with a cup of yogurt, consider adding a spoonful or two of oats.
Yes, very good. Very good fiber.
Okay. I don't know about putting oats on my yogurt. But I maybe granola in my yogurt.
Granola, or maybe
I had that last Saturday for breakfast.
Small sample of walnuts.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, one I really don't like either. Broccoli. Broccoli has increased production of enzymes and detoxify potentially cancer-causing compounds.
I read something the other day that said broccoli is right up there. They've done some work linking breast cancer with the lack of broccoli.
Really?
It's an antioxidant as well.
So I need to eat the broccoli.
Broccoli is very good, a cancer fighter.
It can be eaten uncooked or in a veggie dip.
That's right.
If you're uncooking it. And can be cooked and used as a side dish. In a salad or a casserole.
It's very versatile.
Possibilities are endless.
That's
so it says.
Just crunch on it at night. In that evening when you want a snack, just crunch on some raw broccoli and go to bed.
Oh yeah.
Hardly any calories whatsoever.
Oh yeah, right. Okay. You don't have to like it to eat it.
Correct.
Eggs are a great source of high quality protein.
Absolutely. And that was one point because of the yolk that we were afraid to eat a lot of eggs, but the type of cholesterol that's in a yolk, I understand. They've done more research on eggs. It's not as bad for us as it used to be, especially if these are like non-caged, coming from non-caged birds.
And how about the brown egg one too?
Well, a lot of people are going to the farm-raised eggs. And brown ones at that. And brown ones too. Eggs are high source quality of protein. In fact, one food that really has a source of almost every vitamin and nutrient. One single egg is a source of vitamin D, vitamin A, vitamin K, folate, calcium, zinc, vitamins B12, B2, and B6, selenium, phosphorus, protein, essential fatty acids, and even trace nutrients that pretty much solidify eggs as a health superfood. Wow. That's saying a lot for an egg.
Every
for one
beneficial
egg.
Nutrient.
Amazing.
Wow.
Amazing.
I did not know that.
Egg used to get a very bad rap.
It did, didn't it?
Yeah. So I'm glad it's back. They've done more research on it.
Things change, right?
That's right.
Okay, spinach, one of my favorites. Spinach boasts so many health benefits. A great source of vitamins A, C, and K, as well as some fiber, iron, calcium, potassium, magnesium, and vitamin E.
Wow, it's loaded with good stuff.
It's loaded with all the good stuff. You can eat it raw in salads or cook it up and serve it alongside a chicken breast. Throw it into a homemade smoothie. Wow. It is really good. I like to steam mine with lemon juice.
Okay.
Oh, and green peppers and red peppers.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, it's good. Awesome. I do that on a regular basis.
Good stuff.
That's the good stuff. Mixed nuts. Mixed nuts are a great source of heart-healthy, unsaturated fats. A recent study reveals that adults who consume nuts on a regular basis were likely to live 2 years longer than their non-nut eating counterparts.
So have your nuts.
Have your nuts.
Have your nuts.
And walnuts and almonds are the best options when it comes to choosing which nuts to eat. Walnuts and almonds. Now, oranges.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Eating one large fresh orange will give you 100% of your daily recommended vitamin C. Likewise, 1 cup of 100% pure orange juice will do the same. This tasty fruit is also high in fiber and folate, making it one of the best fruits to incorporate into your daily diet, either juiced or whole form.
And I would say, especially for diabetic, eating the orange, drinking the orange juice would probably present more of a blood sugar hike.
Yeah, because it's really fast.
Yes. Eating the natural fruit is much better for diabetic.
Right. Next, foods that you can eat almost every day that are healthy.
Okay.
Avocados have been around for a long time, but recently they've become super popular, and for good reason. They're really healthy, tasty, and easy to eat. You can turn them into a dip and have guacamole. You can spread them on toast or eat alongside a meal, or even blend it up in a smoothie.
Avocados is an acquired taste as well.
You're right.
It takes a while to get over that.
I just started liking it.
Yes.
Because it's a different kind of texture.
It is.
The texture is different.
But it's so good for us.
Yeah. How about how big that seed is in the middle?
Oh, seems like we should be able to do something positive with that avocado
You could throw
seed.
it and hit somebody in the head with it. But it's a good source of vitamins E, B, and potassium. Okay, here's a good one. Sweet potatoes. Such an underrated food. Many people still probably eat way more white potato in their regular diet, but in reality, it should be the other way around. You should eat more sweet potatoes in your diet because it has all kinds of nutrients, which help keep your eyes, bones, and immune system healthy.
Very good.
So I like to bake them. I like to make a casserole and souffle with them. You know, that's always good for sweet potatoes, and so you don't have to worry about them being too sweet because the nutrients in it are a lot more important.
And there's a fun way to do potatoes. You slice them up as if they're French fries and put them in the oven.
Oh, now that's good.
Yeah,
I've done that.
That's a fun way to.
That's good.
We could sprinkle a little cinnamon on them.
Yeah, and butter and cinnamon. I like butter and cinnamon on mine. It's been ingrained in us that carbs are bad, but whole grains are good.
Yes, the whole grains.
The whole grains are actually good for us. And the refined grains like white bread and pasta and rice are not so good.
No, the whites. Stay away from the whites.
But the whole grains are really good for you.
The whole grains, yes.
That would be wheat bread and things of that nature.
Most of those the whole grains are loaded with fiber.
Right. Tea. Many people already meet this requirement, but eating well suggests that people have 1 cup of tea a day. Well, my mother will love to hear that because she loves tea.
Okay.
But now she started drinking ginger tea, so that's good too.
That is good. Very
good.
Too. Awesome.
Tea is rich in a class of antioxidants and called flavonoids. Drinking it freshly brewed is best.
Okay.
So we have to keep that in mind.
And I think the problem we come into with the teas is adding too much sugar.
Because in the South, we don't even know what unsweetened tea is. We're like, no, sweet tea, please. Sweet tea, please. You know, but if you go up north, they don't even do sweet tea.
What do they do? Up north.
You have unsweetened tea, you add whatever poison you want in it.
I got you.
Chia seeds are small, but boy, oh boy, are they mighty.
Yes.
These little seeds can be high in calories, so be careful how much you sprinkle, whether you sprinkle it on oatmeal, yogurt, or even in a smoothie.
Or salad.
Chia seeds. Is that like for the chia pet? No, I'm just kidding. But they have a lot of proteins, a great source of omega-3 fatty acids, protein, fiber, and will keep you feeling full for longer periods of time so that you're not prone to snacking.
I've had
that's the chia
Chia seeds. You can sprinkle it over a salad as well.
They're bigger than those flax seeds.
Yeah. Unless you get it in like a powder substance type.
Oh, you can do powder too?
I've seen
powder
that
seeds?
over in salads.
Okay, just sprinkle it on. Carrots. Similar to sweet potatoes, carrots get their beautiful orange color from carotenoids. And that's a fat-soluble compound. Carotenoids. But they're really good. Would reduce the risk of severity of inflammatory conditions such as asthma and rheumatoid arthritis. So you can steam them, you can eat them raw.
That's right. They're very good raw.
Very good raw, yeah. I know. I love raw carrots. Peanut butter. Peanut butter is one of those foods that can be great, very healthy, but it can be tricky to navigate because it's also high in fat. And I guess you also have to look out for what they use to preserve it.
Yes.
Unless you get natural oatmeal. But it's high in niacin, rich in niacin, a B vitamin that is needed for skin and nerve health, and helps turn your food into energy. Peanut butter is a good source of energy.
Yes.
So I guess it's a protein too.
It's a protein.
Okay, here's a great antioxidant, tomatoes. Tomatoes are an easy food to consume regularly because they are so versatile. They can be put into salad, made into a sauce, eaten on a sandwich, pizza, or even grilled and enjoyed by themselves. Because I know a lot of people that just bite them like a fruit.
Yes, and they're actually known as fruit. And it's kind of hard for me to get my mind around it because I've always thought of tomatoes as a vegetable. Yeah. But somebody suggests aiming to eat about 8 cherry tomatoes a day, or even drinking a glass of tomato juice. Now that's good too. Yes. I don't have any problems with tomatoes. I love them.
Yeah, tomatoes are good. But I tend to put too much salt on mine. So now I've started using lemon pepper on my tomatoes because that's kind of salty in a way.
Lemon pepper is a good seasoning.
Healthy oils. Nobody should just drink a mouthful of olive oil, but when you're talking about roasting carrots or other foods, you can use a little olive oil on them, and you can cook them a little, steam them.
Right.
And those natural oils are good on whatever when you're cooking. That's
right. The plant-based oils.
Plant-based oils, okay.
And it doesn't require a lot of those oils, just a small amount.
Okay. Dark chocolate.
We talked about that
We talked about dark chocolate because that's one of my favorites. I love it. And it's good. Let's see. The key is moderation, so they say.
Moderation. Everything's in moderation.
Right. But it helps reduce your blood pressure, dark chocolate, and it improves blood vessel function.
Okay.
And you can also put a small amount of cocoa powder as an antioxidant, and it has more antioxidants than a cup of green tea if you use that. So that's pretty good.
It is good.
Our next food we're going to talk about is foods that you should never eat or should not eat. Some of those things.
Okay.
Theater popcorn.
Theater popcorn.
When you go to the movie, you might want to take your own popcorn.
You might want
to
do
your own
that.
at home. Because one of the worst snacks you can buy at the theater is the popcorn.
Loaded with salt and butter and all of that. Ooh.
Unfortunately, it is also delicious and addictive. So if you don't eat just one popcorn, you kernel, you eat a bunch of it, and you eat a lot of it when you're in the theater. So try to stay away from that.
Yes.
I didn't know that. I wouldn't have thought stay away from theater popcorn. This is going to get a lot of people. Fried chicken.
Oh boy.
Stay away from fried chicken because it can contain saturated and trans fats. And trans fats as an additive is very bad for you.
Very bad for us. Found in a lot of processed foods.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're gonna do chicken, bake it
Yes.
and take the skin off of it. And we know that's where all of the juice and the flavor is in that skin. But
It's a lot
cook
of
it in
fat.
there and then hope it drain down to the meat.
That's right. Lots of fat. And stick to the white meat, but more so. The dark meat has more fat.
Really?
Within
That's
it.
why it's more tasty.
Of course.
When you know. Okay, foods we should not eat to promote heart health. Fettuccine Alfredo. I thought that was good, but I guess it's a lot of pasta.
Pasta and the sauces.
And the
butter
sauces. It's a mix. It's a milky thing,
Yes.
and that's dairy and all of that. Okay. Fancy coffee. Many people enjoy their morning coffee, but you could be packing on the pounds with this seemingly innocent drink.
The sugar and the cream.
Black coffee has 0 to 5 calories per glass, making it smarter kickstarter in the morning. But as soon as you start adding in the cream and the sugar, the calories go up. So fancy coffees are much worse. I guess that would be like your what would be your fancy coffee? Your
The mochas.
the mocha, the cappuccino,
lattes.
Yeah, all of those kinds of things. So that's the fancy coffees are bad for you.
That's right.
So, but it did say you can eat a nice cup of black coffee. Who wants black coffee?
Well, you could use skim milk.
Now this is going to get our producer over there. Delivery pizza. It's a weekend favorite for families, but not only is this tradition expensive, it could be expanding the waistline. So remember that, producer. Deep dish pizza is particularly a bad choice.
Fat.
The
The sauces.
The cheeses and the sauces. But you know, I like pineapple with my pizza. That cuts.
That makes you feel better.
Well, it cuts calories, right?
Well, once all of that cheese and salt get mixed in there,
right.
What does it make it? It may no longer be a fruit at that point. I don't know.
Whatever it is, it's fattening. Not good for you.
But it gives the pizza a very good taste, doesn't it?
Right, it does.
And everything in moderation, right?
Right, everything in moderation. Now, fully loaded potatoes, baked potatoes, that's not good for you.
Fully loaded.
It's not good for you. It's a starchy carbohydrate with little nutritional value.
Right, lots of fat.
Wow. But it's so good when you add all the salsa and the sour cream and all that cheese and all that stuff. That's good for you. Poutine.
Did you say protein?
No, Poutine.
Poutine.
Fried potatoes are topped with artery clogging cheese curds and fatty gravy.
Oh, I see.
It's a French-Canadian favorite.
Okay, like the gravies that are high fat content.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have to stay away from those. Usually put it on top of potatoes. Right. Beer nuts, honey nuts, and chip nuts are all unhealthy snacks.
Beer nuts, honey nuts,
and chip nuts.
Chip nuts.
They are fried. They have a lot of coating on them, spices and sugar. So that's not good for you.
Okay.
And the list goes on and on and on. Let's see here. Is there anything that we really need to discuss? Mixed drinks.
Mixed drinks. That's the alcohol.
Cocktail. I mean, they're good. They're delicious, but it contains so many hidden calories. Gin and tonic, things of that nature, close to 200 calories per glass.
Right. Okay.
Wow.
So what type of alcoholic beverage would be okay?
Not really saying. But if you add a Perrier or sparkling water to your drink, that helps. A splash of fresh fruit juice. Okay. That would help. You know, like, so you could have a pina colada or something like that. You know. But if you add, fresh fruit to it, it's better.
And the wine?
Well, it didn't really talk about wine, but wine actually is good in moderation.
In moderation.
In moderation. Milkshakes are horrible.
Yes.
You know, the Ver is massively unhealthy, they call it. Massively unhealthy milkshakes.
Wow.
So ice cream parlors are just bad where they make milkshakes. This is not good for you. 3,000 calories in one drink.
Wow, in a milkshake.
In a milkshake.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
3,000 calories.
3,000
in one milkshake.
In one milkshake.
Wow.
Wow, that's more than you should have in a day.
That's 2 days worth of food. Wow, that is a meal.
White bread is not good for you.
No nutritional benefit whatsoever.
Yeah, we discussed that before.
Mm-hmm.
Because white bread is only buy bread that's sweet or grain.
Mm-hmm.
Fruit juice is not good for you.
Too much sugar.
Unless yes. Mm-hmm. Real fruit juice has less sugar.
Yes.
So
no added sugar.
Yeah, don't go with the added sugar ones.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So other foods we should avoid: margarine. Butter is much better than margarine in terms of your calorie intake.
And there are some animal-based butters on the market now.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so margarine, while, we're supposed to be getting away from butter.
Oh, I should say plant-based. Plant-based is what I meant.
Okay.
Plant-based.
Right. Palm oil and things of that nature. Soybean butter.
Mm-hmm.
You can make it like that. Mm-hmm. But margarines are bad because they have a lot of trans fat.
Trans fat, yes. Yeah. All those triglycerides.
Yeah. So we're talking about foods now that are not good for you. How about this? Desserts, pastries, cookies, and cake.
Sugar and butter.
Sugar and butter, full of sugar and butter. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and very little. It's completely devoid of any nutritional value. Contains tons of calories and fat.
Yes, it has a lot of probably white flour based.
Okay, here's a good one that people are going to really tremble at. Foods you should never eat: French fries and potato chips.
The salt, the fat. It's how they are cooked, how it's cooked, and how it's seasoned, and sitting in all of that fat soaks into the food itself.
These foods contain large amounts of carcinogenic substances that form when potatoes are fried, baked, or roasted. So no matter how you look at it. Vegetable oils. So cooking oils like vegetable and canola oil are extremely bad for our health. Really?
Canola oil?
Vegetable oil, corn oil come with some serious health consequences. Even soybean oil. Be sure to choose extra virgin olive oil or coconut oil instead.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Not
extra virgin olive oil or coconut oil.
So all
are better.
Plant-based oils are not good.
All plant-based oils are not
That's
good.
That's a very good information.
Avoid sugary cereals. So you know that what was that stuff we used to eat with the Special K and stuff like that?
Special K, Frosted Flakes.
Those things are better for you.
Even I guess Honey Nut Cheerios.
Oh, I love Honey Nut Cheerios.
There are some better ones on the market now that are like multi-grain and more fruit-based than sugar-based.
Processed meat is a little scary because it's usually unclear where it came from. Now, that would be like that Spam, that little can of Spam.
Yeah, absolutely. That
poor man's ham.
Potted meat and Vienna sausages.
Yeah,
those
like
are
that.
Processed loaded with fat and salt.
Yeah. Artificial sweeteners. Anything that is artificially made will most likely not have any nutritional value.
That's a good rule of thumb to remember.
Yeah. So your sweet and low, your what's that?
There's a Splendor. I don't know how that falls in the. But there's some natural sweeteners. Truvia. I know the research is still out on some of those products.
Right.
But, they're not like considered pure sugar or cane sugar.
Right. Okay, here's one. Processed cheese.
Okay.
That's not good for you. Processed cheese is not good.
Cheese is such a scary food now because it's kind of, if you notice how hard and unflexible it is, and you're ingesting it, it almost turns like, well, it possibly does turn like plastic on the inside,
your body.
And
it says that 2 slices of processed cheese on a grilled cheese sandwich amounts to 700 milligrams of sodium.
That's a lot of sodium. That's a lot of sodium,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I didn't know that. But so you have to look at processed cheese and look at whether it's 100% cheese or not.
Yes, read the label.
Yes, read your label. Yeah, so those are about 20 things that we should not eat, those things that we should not eat, which is, good to know.
It is very good to know because those are things that we would more than likely pick up at the grocery store.
Right,
and they're easily accessed and easy to package and bring home and easy to put in the refrigerator.
You have something healthy.
Thinking you have something healthy. That's really,
and
really
it can
important.
be really bad for you in the long run. So we must read the labels and make sure that we try to do non-preservatives.
Yes.
That we try to do more healthy
natural
type of eating, natural type of eating. So we're running out of time, but we need to review some of those things that we discussed that will help us. Heart healthy tips. Slim down.
Yes.
Engage in hobbies.
Yes.
Eat fiber, lots of fiber.
Yes.
Listen to music. Drink alcohol in moderation. Stretch. Laugh. Eat fish. Move about. Keep it moving. Know your numbers, and that's your body mass index numbers. Eat dark chocolate. Do housework. Whatever you have to do to keep busy, keep moving.
Yes.
Eat nuts. And we were recommended to eat walnuts and...
walnuts.
And what was
almonds?
It? Almonds. Walnuts and almonds were the best source of nuts.
Yes.
Have fun. Own a pet.
That's good.
Avoid fat.
Yes.
Now, owning a pet, because they're actually calming to our...
They are very much
very calming and healthy for us
absolutely.
to have a pet, someone to share with.
That's right.
Because a lot of people are lonely, and
yes.
having a pet,
and they love you unconditionally.
Right. Have breakfast. Now that's the main dish of the day.
Yes, it is.
Main meal of the day is breakfast.
That's right.
So if you eat breakfast, usually you'll get off to a healthy start.
That's right. You won't be as hungry throughout the day.
You won't be as hungry. Take the stairs, and that's again, keep it moving, keep it moving. And we're going to encourage you to, now that spring is upon us, to really, really stay active this spring and the summer.
Yes. If you feel tired, just pace yourself.
Yeah.
Keep it moving.
Keep it moving. Don't be a couch potato.
That's right.
Brush your teeth so that you don't have
bacteria
setting up in your mouth and go into your heart, because as we learned today, whatever bacteria you have in your mouth goes through to your heart.
That's right.
And can cause you problems. Take the stairs. Instead of taking the elevator every time you go somewhere, take the stairs. Lift weights. That's a form of exercise. So I encourage you to swim. That's a really good exercise.
Yes.
Swimming and walking.
Yes.
Those are good things for you to do. Aerobics. I love the toning that you get with aerobics. And finally, enjoy your happy place.
That's right.
And that's the happy place in life, when you can actually find the joy of life, and that's inner joy, so that you can live long and healthy lives. That's a great place to be. Find your happy place. And we all have them. You know, it may take some looking for most of us to find that place where it actually makes you happy and keeps you in that place to find that inner joy. We encourage you to do that. And that way you can enjoy a longer life because you're healthy, you're feeling good, and you know when you found that happy place because that's what it makes you do. Feel good, feel relaxed, not very stressed out about simple things in life. Because life is a ride, and we want you to enjoy that ride.
Very good.
I'm Myrna Taylor Ransom, and joining me today on For Your Good is Dr. Adlene McElroy, and we've enjoyed all your knowledge that you've been able to share with us today. And we thank our listeners for calling in with their questions and comments. You're listening to the new WCEG network on WCEGTalkRadio.com. And we've been on YouTube Live TV, the CEG network, and like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and on Instagram. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on For Your Good.
Thank you.